collaboration to happen? How did we build trust? How did we really change the culture of our school in just 2 years? So to do that, I'm going to talk about how we got the team together. I'm going to take you through our year one and the key lessons that we learned. I'm going to talk about the second year, and then I'm going to talk about the indicators that we know there has been a cultural shift. So first, what is this teacher leadership cadre? The simplest way to explain it is it's teachers empowering teachers. It is a grassroots movement from the teachers at our school who came together, who decided that we can provide meaningful professional development for our staff. Our administration trusts us to do that. We empower each other on the teacher leadership cadre, and we empower the rest of our school to grow, to take risks, and to learn. So there was a lot of resistance when that came on board. We sat down, Al and Cindy approached me after seeing Dr. Zakowitz speak and said, she talked about this restructuring team, and can you do that at Farrington? I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But there's things that are very different than how we did things at Brockton, because our school is very different from Brockton. And I think that when you listen to our presentation today, you're gonna take away some things, and you're gonna obviously have to modify some things. One thing that we felt really strongly about was having weekly workshops. You can imagine teachers were not pleased about giving up 40 minutes of what they perceived as their prep time, although contractually admin was able to take that time, every week to go to professional development. We had teachers complaining that in our time, actually the first year we only took 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And 30 minutes is nothing. How do you run a PD workshop in 30 minutes? But that's what we had. We had 30 minutes. So you said, you know what, we have 30 minutes, we're gonna use the 30 minutes, we're gonna do what we can with 30 minutes. We had teachers telling us that the time it takes to walk from their classroom to the PD room should be included in the 30 minutes. We had a lot of resistance because it was change. But we stuck to the formula of once a week because consistency matters. Just like in your classroom when you set rituals and routines, you need to do the same thing. So everybody knew once a week, this is just how we do it, this is what we do. And last year, which is just our second year, we increased to 40 minutes and the complaints lessened significantly because they know that that's what we do, that's how it is. The second thing is because it kind of fell on teachers' preps, it was mixed content areas, which was really different for us. We usually, the English department meets and so on and so forth, but we couldn't figure out how to make that work logistically. So we said, you know, whatever your prep is, that's where you're gonna go. Some groups had 30, some had 40 plus, which is a lot to provide PD with, but that's what we did. And you know what, the benefits of that actually really surprised us because the teachers on campus, we have like 150 or so teachers on campus. You didn't know everybody. But by mixing the content areas, people talked with people they had never talked to before, got to know people they never talked to before. So it was more challenging for us as the PD providers to think of ways to make it meaningful for these mixed content groups. But the challenge was met with successes that we didn't expect. The last shift was believing that we had the knowledge. This was a unifying factor, but it was also a really, a statement that really shook the core of a lot of our teachers' belief systems. At our school, we're very used to outside providers coming in and giving us information. We're very used to publishers providing curriculum and being the perceived experts. We're not used to being deemed experts, knowledgeable, researchers, able to figure it out ourselves, okay? Now, when I talked to the staff and the faculty and told them we were gonna do this, that unified them. We can do this, we don't need somebody from the outside, we can bring it together ourselves. But I think subconsciously it also really scared people, and it also really hit some teachers' insecurities. And that came out in the sessions. So trusting the teacher leaders and also trusting your peers to learn from each other took time. But we did a lot of deliberate things to make that happen, and I'm gonna talk about that today. The one thing that you need is a group of people who believe in this process. The whole school does not need to believe, but you need a group that does. That's the one thing. Everything else you can kind of tailor to fit your own needs, but you need a group of people who believe that this will work, who believe that we are able, and who believe that our teachers, our faculty are good and are capable. So I'm gonna show you a video of what TLC, our teacher leadership cadre, what certain members of our cadre believe. You'll recognize some of them here today.